Hello, and welcome to DreamLadder Capital's Equity Market Update. Let's dive into the top stories driving the global markets today. U.S. stocks saw a modest pullback yesterday after a rally that pushed the Dow and S&P 500 to record closes just a day earlier. The S&P 500 slipped by 0.1%, Nasdaq by 0.05%, and the Dow by 0.14%. This came as inflation concerns lingered, with core CPI rising 3.3%, just above the expected 3.2%. Weekly jobless claims also hit a one-year high at 2.58 lakh, further dampening market sentiment. With stickier inflation data in September, investors are now gauging how the Federal Reserve might react in its November interest rate decision. Minutes from the Fed's latest meeting show some division over last month's rate cut, adding to the uncertainty. Asian markets are trading mixed in early trade today, with Hang Seng rallying 3% being the outlier. China's stocks are back in the spotlight as analysts expect up to 2 trillion yuan, or $283 billion, in fresh fiscal stimulus. While early trade showed a dip, Chinese equities ended the session higher on expectations of economic support. In the commodities market, Brent crude oil is trading 0.3% lower at $79.2 a barrel after a 4% jump yesterday. Oil prices are set for a second weekly gain as geopolitical tensions rise, with Israel preparing plans to retaliate against Iran. In India, India's benchmark indices saw modest gains, with Nifty up by 0.07% and Sensex by 0.18%. PSU's defense and capital goods stocks were major gainers, while pharma and NBFC stocks traded with losses. Industrial production data for India is expected later today, which may show a slight dip. Reserve Bank of India governor has issued a strong warning to non-banks, particularly microfinance institutions and housing finance companies, for aggressively chasing growth at any cost that could pose a risk to the economy's financial stability. SEBI has issued new regulations for futures and options trading. From November 20th, exchanges will be limited to one weekly option expiry. Weekly index derivatives contracts for Bank Nifty, Nifty Midcap Select, and Nifty Financial Services will be discontinued in mid-November. Foreign investors continued to offload Indian equities, selling stocks worth 4,927 crore yesterday, marking the 9th consecutive session of net selling. Meanwhile, domestic institutional investors bought stocks worth 3,878 crore. In corporate news, TCS results topped revenue estimates, but missed on profit margin and net profits. IRETA and Tata Elxsi reported 50% and 24% growth in profits, respectively. Oberoi Realty plans to raise 6,000 crore through shares or other instruments, following its resolution plan for Nirmal Lifestyle Realty's bankruptcy. Bandhan Bank has a new managing director and CEO, with Partha Sengupta taking over from November 10th for a 3-year term. Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders has secured a 122 crore order to supply and install AI-based security systems. Endurance Technologies has approved a 300 crore investment for an alloy wheels plant in Aurangabad, with production slated to begin by the second quarter of FY 2025-26. Lastly, the Gift Nifty is trading marginally lower from its previous close of 25,110. That's all for today's market update. Stay tuned for more insights, and don't forget to subscribe to DreamLadder Capital for the latest market news and analysis.